You guys want to know how I made, and I did the math, and it was like, how I made over 110K of that 120K last year. It was through what's called interactive marketing. And I'm going to explain the difference between interactive and outbound marketing in this post and why I would really, really recommend you doing it because it works really quickly. And so what I found is that a lot of us, when we start our business, a lot of us are focusing on outbound marketing. Outbound marketing's nickname is billboard marketing. Now, love me a good billboard every once in a while. And I've got some family members that like actually make billboards. And I'm like, that's great. But a lot of you guys are solopreneurs like I am, and just getting who I typically work with are people who are at the beginning stage of your business. And if you've just started your business, what I found is that when you are doing billboard marketing, you might not know exactly who you're talking to. You might not know exactly what you offer, and you might not know the exact one thing to tell them to get them to buy your product or your service, right? So what happens is when you do billboard marketing, a lot of times it takes a long time to convert. You don't have the experience. A lot of us who are solopreneurs, we're not professional marketers. We just found something that helped us and we want to share it with other people. And so what you need to do is you need to talk to people. Talking to humans is the way that you are going to build your business. That's literally how I built 110K of my 120K. I literally was like, just building that know, like, and trust factor, having conversations like this, like talking to people and being like, hey, like, tell me about your business. I would love to learn more. Making friends. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how you build your business. And what I found is that within the online space is that there's a ton of emphasis on interactive marketing or outbound marketing. So that's social media posting, that's email lists, that's podcasts. All of those things are wonderful. I am not hating on them at all. And I think it's very important to create a system that makes just getting that content out really, really easy, right? But I want you to think about if you've had any traction in your business, or if you've signed people or sold things to people, I want you to think about where they came from. And usually at the beginning, it's word of mouth. It's people that you know. It's people you've actually had a connection with. That means that you need to spend more time there. Now, I spent 1,800 hours pretty much just on social media posting that also included emails and podcasts and things like that last year. If you think about that, the people that came in from that, I only had 7 people come in using Instagram posts and things like that. Those people would typically, and the reason why I only made like 11,000 from people who I just met cold on Instagram is that a lot of those people didn't know who I was, didn't like kind of got a gist of what I was. Maybe I like talked with them on the consult, like kind of had an idea. It wasn't super clear. And not only did I only get 4 people from that kind of marketing, but only 2 of them actually stayed for longer than a month. Yeah. Not great for any of us, right? So if you're thinking about that and thinking about like gaining traction from just social media, the reason why it might not build traction the way that you're hoping is you don't have that know, like, and trust factor with them. And if you're trying to just build the know, like, and trust factor with your posting and things like that, you're going to spend a lot of time. It takes people 17 times to see a post for them to get to actually start the buying process. That's a lot of posting. It's a lot of time creating a lot of value that is important, but it's not the main way that I have found in my own personal experience. At the beginning of a business, it's the best way to grow. What I would say is that you need to put yourself out there and you need to talk to humans. Now, people think that talking to humans about what you do, it feels super uncomfortable. And I think that's why a lot of us lean towards like, oh, I'm just going to post it's hard to post at first, but it's a lot easier than like being like, hi, I'm Megan. I'm a business coach. It's a little bit trickier. It feels a little bit more uncomfortable. I get it. But here's the thing. You don't need to just start conversations with random people who you've never met, who have no interest in what you're doing whatsoever. A lot of times what happened with me is I would have conversations with people who I already knew. So these would be people from like previous schooling, like my high school, my college, people who like already knew me from those environments. And they might ask me, they might like my posts. They've already opted in some way where they're like liking my posts, they're watching my stories, they're commenting on things, they're like messaging me privately, like, what did you do? You've changed a lot. I would like that too. So it's still like, I think that where we get confused is like that non-consensual, like, who are you? You're just yemming me. That's never what I do. I'm always all about like creating consensual marketing and like having conversations that both parties actually like want to talk to each other instead of like that like uncomfortable like obligation. Now it happens for all of us where we get in those like feeling like that, just like there's uncomfortable interactions where you're like, I'm feeling kind of scarce and I would like to talk to you about like what I do in my business. We've all been there. And I told my like clients, I was like, I'm sorry if I talk to you from a place of scarcity. It will probably happen again, but that's why we've got coaching. So it's like, yeah, you're going to get needy sometimes, but the majority of the time you're just starting conversations. And if you can stay in that energy of like, yeah, I just want to help these people, it's going to be so much better. And I know it might feel uncomfortable, but you've already created something that's really awesome and people could use. So I want to just like do a little bit of math with you to show you how much this could help you. And again, a lot of times I post and ghost. I don't always do this, but every time that I talk to people online, somehow, some way, if I put like enough consistent effort in, I would say for like a week, 2 days, sometimes people come in for consults. Like I put in like, I was doing like an example for somebody. I reached out to like 5 people last week and I got 2 consults this week that booked. One of them wants to work with me twice a week because she's like, I just want to like get you in my brain as much as possible. So it's worth it. So let's say you just talk to 10 people on every weekday. And what I do is I give my clients a mix of people that they know and people that are new. And like I give them like different formulas for that. But all you need to do is talk to 10 people every day for like 15 to 30 minutes at most. If you can take 15 to 30 minutes to talk to 10 people, whether they're old people that you've either done consults with, people that you know, people that go to your gym. I gave a lot of examples in my email and in the posts that I'm doing. So check that out for sure. I'll like link that. But all you need to do is like talk to the people that you already have interactions with. Or like if you've got like a niche or something like that, which means like a specific group of people, like let's say you help yoga teachers, go and talk to like a yoga studio. It's like, it doesn't have to be something that's like so uncomfortable, so confusing. It's like, no, you literally just talk to people who could potentially be interested in what you do. And then what you do is you just like build a connection over time. Now, for people like me, it's great to have ADHD because I had to figure out a way to organize things. So I would actually, like, I've got really bad short-term memory a lot of the time. So I had to figure out a way to like write people's names and information down because I was talking to so many people. But if you do that every day, that's 5,200 people. I want you to do the math for just a second. 5,200 people that you're just talking to about your business and things like that. I'm guessing that there are probably going to be people who are interested in your business. Willing to throw that out there. And if you think about it, so I just did an example and I was like, if you, let's say you do a coaching program, because I am a coach and I help coaches sometimes, a lot of the time. And so if you have coaching sessions that are $100 a session, right? And you help 20 people, that's $96,000 in a year. And the way that you get those 20 people, of the 5,200 people, I'm sure that 20 people will want to work with you. So that is my advice for you today. And also, like, it can feel awkward sometimes. So if you're like, I don't know who to talk to or what to do, you can always talk to me and I will absolutely help you. And one of the phrases I heard the other day was like, your net worth will help build your net worth. And I was like, fuck yeah, it will. I'm like, that is the thing. So instead of just like posting and ghosting, go and talk to people, build connections, show them who you really are, not being a weirdo, but just like literally talk to people. And it's going to be worth it. If you are willing to get yourself out there and be uncomfortable, I just want to let you know that like I genuinely believe that your business is way too good for it to stay hidden. So talk to the humans. And as always, if you want me to work with you, you can start working with me in May. I'm booked until then. But in May, I've got a spot opening up. So if you want, let's do a consult. If not, talk to people. So you guys are awesome. That is all. That's my rant. Have a fabulous Friday.